Hey guys, we're on Yggdrasil attack, and I like taking this entry here. I feel the B-hop, but nonetheless, I like taking this entry because if they're on rocket, most of the time you're going to get that res beacon, and if not, you still get to dive from an angle where the sports aren't able to see you. Like, I don't think this Luna saw me at all, so we get a nice auto attack dive entry in, and we're just going to put on the pressure on her. The group ends up walling in their front line, which is, I don't know. But we're going to stay on that Luna. We didn't have to use shield yet, so we could have pressured. And then we just swing back to our team. Unfortunately, their front line ended up being able to stall our point. So I ended up prioritizing getting a 3 on point here and not moving up. Just because I can also go on the wall like this and then dive in and catch up to my front line, which is Thor. Again, just pressuring here. I don't want to commit into that hallway. My team ends up dying here and I'm dead. It happens. The sound cue ends up letting us know we end up getting a pick, so I want to go back into the action as soon as I can here. I'm going for this rocket just because I saw him use a dash, so he only has one dash left, and there he used his last dash. So I can just ult him for free and get the kill off. And if he had a res beacon, even better. It would have been a good, really good value. We end up getting the point from this, and now I'm just gonna take space and just set up somewhere far. I like getting dives where opponents can't see me here, and here we end up forcing out res beacon, which is big, really big on attack. Just inside their base, just because we had 2 extra kills. I know I can get that and then go out. Putting pressure on Jeff just because he's the only person I got with the tentacles. Really hard to hit Jeff, but if you hit him enough, you can pressure him to swim away and not heal. And then if you're lucky, like here, a DPS will just end up getting a little bit of a damage off to end up getting the kill. Of course, burn the Raccoon ult. Always burn the Raccoon ult. Not always, but majority of the time. Assess the situation, right? Trying to hit and trying to stay in cover. I have really low HP, but I do have shield up now. Nice picks from our team. We end up getting the point. And then again, as soon as we get the point, I'm going to go in and get space. Look for a nice hit. I know I can't get the kill, but we got a lot of space, and I'm just going to go back to the point. Prioritizing the 3-point here. That's what I've been doing more lately. If my team isn't 3-pointing, I just end up going back to it. Nice pull by our Wolverine, followed by our dive combo, and he's dead. Knowing we have 1 up, I wanted to pressure more, but some of our team's dead too, so back to the point it is. As soon as we saw 4 on point, we end up getting off so that we can look for a dive. Looks like our team's understanding what I'm wanting. No more, no shift, so he's just dead. I just left him for the team and pressured out the Raccoon out. Again, just guarding the point, making sure no one touches. Nice and easy. On defense, I ask my team always to end up breaking the bridge just so we can have that easy swing back and not get blocked and die. Because if we're dead on Venom, your team's down a whole tank. You're probably going to lose the point. Or you're going to lose the team fight for sure. And our team just gets wiped. The Hela just goes Thanos mode. So I'm just going to end up doing as much as I can, trying to live just so I can get a retouch here. I'm communicating with my team and I'm saying I'm going to go in now. I'm dropping a 3-2-1. On defense, I'm not really looking for kills. I'm always looking just to stall point or just make them not being able to move rather than go for the kill here. Because you can just swing out and come back. Our team ends up getting wiped again. The Hela's doing a lot of work. My team lets me know that they're ready, so I'm going to go in. We're gonna get a TP in, so I'm just going in when I have the shield and then dying on point. We end up getting the TP off, which is nice. Get in there and go on the supports. I saw the mag bubble already, so we were able to use the ult. Not the self bubble, but on Luna, I believe. And then again, just not even looking for the kills there, not being greedy. Just holding it down. I'm thinking to myself, if I hit them way back there at the healers, like, their front line has no chance. Spidey gets a pick, but again. If I feel like I waited longer, a little bit longer for that grass, I would have hit the Namor too. But hindsight, and the cloak ended up ulting anyway, so we're just gonna wait it out. Good hold. I don't like that raccoon ult was not needed, and I just realized also we're on one support, by the way. We were on one support the entire time. And just a solo rocket. Again, just trying to hold time. Trying to bounce around so I don't get hit by that mag ult. It's not looking good right now. I think we end up getting a second healer, but as of right now, this entire defense, we're on one on rocket. Enemy Luna ends up getting ult, but their enemy team isn't getting a lot of damage off, so I end up just following her and then just timing up the grass so that we get her after the ult. Nice kill. Swing and get that HP pack just so that Namor can't get it. He still dies nonetheless, but it's just going to take a little bit more time if he were to get it. Because we have the man up advantage, I'm going in. I wanted ult, but as soon as I saw the cloak bubble with the mag bubble, there's no chance. Unfortunate pick, an unfortunate dive. But still trying to do the theory out and doing a little no-look ult, try to catch off that cloak, but she lived with 1 HP. It's that 275 HP buff, and from that whole death, my entire team dies. Because of that, the point moves all the way to this corner. That's why it's so bad to be greedy. It's so bad to be greedy. Has to be more calculated, especially on defense. Yeah, trying to hold the line, trying to use as much as I can, as much resources. I have my shield almost up. No comprendo, and as I'm tabbing, I still see we're on one healer. We're still on rocket. Rocket only. Team ends up getting a pick. Notice that I'm waiting. I see the Luna start using her clap, so then I just go in on that. Because by the time it ends, by the time I dive, it ends. We force the Luna ult out, which is big. They're in overtime now. I take a longer route going up just because when you're blind, you can't dive. So waiting it out, get the 2-piece on the supports, and then in my head that should be game. So I'm just focusing on hitting the closest targets, whoever I see. Their TP comes in, just trying to stabilize. I'm really low, trying to use the TP as a bit of a shield, pseudo shield. And you can see my cooldowns are almost there. As soon as my shield's up, I'm swinging back in on the point. Hit closest target, hit closest target, hit closest target. That's all I'm thinking at this time. And we end up getting the win. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers, guys.